Hey y'all, we are here for another video in the OBS series, and today we are going to talk about the studio mode. What is the studio mode and why would you want to use studio mode versus the default setting? Now, studio mode is kind of like backstage. And what it does, it allows you to make any changes, additions, corrections, touch-ups, adjustments, anything that you might want to do to a scene before it goes out to your live stream or your recording. And I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like. Now, we are starting, of course, with the default scene, which was blank. We have not added anything to that scene. That's the one that comes in OBS. And we have the video loop scene that we added in the last video. But as you can see, as we changed from the first scene, the blank scene, to the video loop scene, it immediately went and showed what was in the video loop scene. That's what you are seeing here. Now, of course, that's not too bad of a thing if everything is there and everything is, correct. The other caveat to using the default settings is you can't see what is in the individual scene until you actually click it. And remember what we just said, once you click it, it actually goes out to your audience. Like I said, not a bad thing if everything is correct. Not so good if something is, not where it should be or missing or something that's there that shouldn't be there. What we're going to do is pretend like we were streaming and we realize, oh my gosh, I forgot to add some images. There's supposed to be some images showing with this loop and I forgot to add them. So we're going to kind of do a review from the scenes of how to add a scene. So click the plus at the bottom. We're going to add an image, create new, make sure make sources visible. Then we're going to browse for the image that we want. We're just going to choose that top one, click open. And as you can see, just by clicking open, and I'm going to move this the properties box out the way, but as you can see, it is already being broadcast. That's another downside of using the regular mode. If that happened to be the wrong image or an image or whatever it is that you're adding, especially visual type thing that had sensitive information that you don't want out there, well, it's already out there. That is another big reason why you would want to use the studio mode. And of course, because of the way OBS works, anything that you add is always going to be added up top, and whatever is up top is what's going to be displayed out to the world, especially if you are using the default method. So what we are going to do is start with the studio mode. So we're back to original blank scene. There's our video loop. We're still in the same scene collection. But what we're going to do this time is we're going to start with the studio mode. And studio mode is found under controls module. So we slide down to studio mode, click that, and look, we went from one video output monitor to 2 video output monitors. Now, you see the left side is labeled preview and the right side is labeled program. Those 2 labels are there as a result of the box that we checked in the settings to show those labels. Now, if that box was not checked, then it will be blank up there. But the preview side, the left side, is the backstage. This allows you to make as I said earlier, any changes or whatever to the scene. Excuse me, the right side is the program. That is the stage. Now, as you can see, now, because the scene is the blank scene was the scene that was active when we went to studio mode, that is what is still being broadcast out. But as you can see, we have changed from, we can click now on the video loop and it is not being broadcast. The video loop is not being broadcast out to the program. So we can go from different scenes and any other changes within the sources. And we can also see the sources. We can change scenes and view the sources within those scenes without any of that being seen. Play on words there, by the your audience, by the public. Now, to get from the preview scene, if everything's okay, to get from the preview scene to the program or sent out to the audience, we want to hit the transition, and whatever transition is located here in this module is the transition that's going to be used. I will do a separate video on transitions. So yeah, but we're just going to work with what's there now. Cut, fade, and fade to black are the default, what's already in there. So yes, that is the transition that is going to take place when we click that button to move the preview out to the audience. So now you can see it is playing in both screens. What we want to do is add an image. And we know how to do that now. Click the plus at the bottom, create new, hit OK, browse for the image. We're going to use the YouTube encoding rates, PNG, hit open. And now you see anything that you add will now only be visible to you, not to your audience. And of course, we're going to click OK, check to make sure it's how I want it. You can do some other little changes here, which I may wait and talk about later, but everything is okay. So we are going to go ahead and transition that over so that the audience can see it. Okay, let's add another image. We're going to go through that same process. And again, as you can see, the last image or the last source that's highlighted is what the audience is going to see. And of course, the last scene that is highlighted is what the audience is going to see. And now I can add another image or, you know, a video or whatever it is that you want to add can be added and we're going to transition that over so that now it can be seen. Oh, there's one other thing that I wanted to show, remind you of, you can turn off things if you want to leave the scenes, the sources in there, but you don't want it seen, you know, to make sure that it's not seen if it's accidentally clicked. So you can just turn off, click that thing that looks like a little eye. I'm turning those two off so that the only thing that is showing is the video loop. And of course you have to hit transition so that your audience sees what you're seeing. And that is it for studio mode. And we will see you all in the next video. Bye.